The
Like
mind
me
can
getting
be like
startled.
a blank canvas, or a picture can be left incomplete for a generation, only to be finished years later in life.
The blacksmith was a vital part of the British town for a very long time, but with industries growing and taking over, they had to find other ways to survive and remain in trade. This particular smith became well known for his sculpting and other decorative metal work. But apparently he became a recluse after the industrial decline and destroyed all of his work.
Oh, that's sad. I mean, that is the times and whatnot, but still sad. Disaster. Mine collapse kills 23. Yesterday, a terrible accident occurred deep within Brimcliff Mine, killing 23 of its workers. A chilling explosion rang throughout the village and could be heard as far away as Devlin. In a routine expansion of the tunnels deep underneath the surface, what should have been a general and safe explosion went terribly wrong when it detonated, causing a severe cave-in, trapping 23 men. The rock collapse had extended to the seabed high up above, causing the chamber to flood, killing all that were inside. Reports that the warden, Mr. Arburton, was incapacitated at the time and could not communicate with Mr. Remo, the evacuation officer, have raised major concerns that this could have been prevented. And there's something back there. I'm gonna need to pull that up to get over there. Okay. It's so hard to keep track of these areas. There's so much to see and do.
A crow with an injured wing, just lying there on the beach.
I imagine this was almost a second home to most of the fishermen who lived here. There was a strong reading when you walked in. There's a story to be told here. I think you better keep looking.
There may be. Hey, thanks for locking up for me tonight. Don't forget to leave the key in the safe so I can get into my room when I return. Combination is 1513. Thanks, Elaine. And all staff, please take note that the following customers are currently barred from the Crow's Nest pub. Please do not allow them to enter the premises until this bar is lifted. Jim Thompson for 5 years, Mark Penman for 6 months, Christopher Fletcher for 8 weeks, Maggie Hemingway for 5 weeks, Steve Gregson for 1 week. Thank you, Elaine Gregson. Have you seen this music box? Secrets of the White Household. Village cider to stop production. Lock door when going to bed. Oh, there's another red ribbon.
You found one. A memory fragment. Good work. A ribbon. This must be Jean's representation of them within her mind.
Okay, so those are collectibles. Fantastic. There's no way I could find out about that before I trudge all the way down here and have to figure out how the heck to get back up. I guess I should have just gone for it. I was worried that the game would move on, but...
I must say, I am impressed, Restorer. You've done such wonderful work this evening.
How did you know it was evening?
Just between you and I, there's a lot riding on this restoration. It's our last week of funding, and, well, I haven't got any usable results. You're my last hope, and it's very important that we succeed.
A Lover's Note 3. Found this old letter this morning whilst I was sorting through all of your old things. I'd completely forgotten that we had done this for all those years ago. I don't know why I'm writing this. You're gone now, and I have to accept that. I have to. I'm 89, I can barely write properly. No use to anyone without you. Everything here has changed. No matter what happens, I will never forget your radiant face, and even though part of the school is built over where we buried the capsule, I still remember the code. Your birthday, of course. 0911. I miss you so much. XX.
Hello? I don't think anyone's here. Hello?
I'd say there's no one here other than Jean, the voice in my head. Ah. I probably need that crank. Oh my gosh, there's so much to see in here. This area's huge.
Hey, how you holding up? I got the message. You don't sound yourself when you're in there. I still can't shake this feeling that this whole thing is a bad idea. But I guess you need this. I don't know. Hey, how you holding up? I got the message. You don't sound yourself when you're in there. I still can't shake this feeling that this whole thing is a bad idea. But I guess you need this. I don't know.
My dear Tom, of course I shall help you with your time capsule. It's wonderful and romantic and exciting. I also feel that the love that we have is different to all the other couples. Their arguments and squabbles showing that we must have something unique. I've never felt this way about anyone else in the world, and I wish that we could be with each other all the time. Do you want me to meet you this evening by the old oak tree, down from the church and near the edge of the cliff? It'll be the perfect place to bury the capsule. Bring the things you want to put in it in a box to use. Love with all my heart, your Juniper Berry. Alright. Never know when you're gonna need some prescription meds. My love, I want us to do something together that can last forever. Something that someone in the future can find one day and understand the feelings that we have for one another. I'm fed up with all this normal stuff that people do when they date. I feel like we're different, that our love is deeper than the rest in some way. Something important. I thought that we could create a time capsule of all the things that we hold dear for one another. From letters to treasured items, bury it somewhere special, somewhere that it will remain safe for hundreds of years to come. What do you think? Right back, Tom. So I found those lovers' letters in reverse order. I guess I'm a little too thorough from that standpoint. Yes. I couldn't steal the other one. I didn't have my case back in the first area. Hang on, just let me set this crank on the table. Okay.
You know, sorry about before, the relapse and all. Just remember, it's incredibly important that we trust each other. Don't worry too much about her brain. I'll be monitoring it on my end to ensure that no severe damage is caused during your visit.
No severe damage. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be nitpicky, it was just kind of an amusing thing to have turn around there. Okay. I'm just gonna set this over there. You know what? If I need it, I'll come get it. Okay. I, honest to goodness, have no clue where that other thing was. Was it here?
Did I ever tell you about an old colleague of mine who experimented with brain cell transplants? Taking them from one memory and surgically implanting them into another. An attempt to reconfigure their minds, he said. Fascinating stuff, really. Imagine what we could do with that level of scientific freedom.
You could completely control somebody's mind. Which brings up all sorts of ethical issues. Oh, you didn't actually want my opinion? I'm sorry. I just thought, you know, we need to trust each other and stuff, so.
Another one. You're really doing a very good job, Restorer. Although I should mention, the board are going to be monitoring our progress tonight. So failure to retrieve the artifact is simply not an option.
Well, if you'd stop interrupting every 2 seconds, I might remember. Get things done. Okay, so that's where I died. Swimming out into the sea. Entry 2 of 10. Today's workshop didn't go very well. I attended a mosaic group as recommended by my doctor. As requested, I sat down and began to follow the instructions from the kind lady who was helping me. Yet as I sat in that room with people surrounding me, all having the same condition as I suddenly became aware of where I was and why I was there. Having never felt such an emotional sensation, I began to panic, to seize up with an overwhelming need to leave the group. I was a state. When I paint, I feel like I lose myself in the forms I create. My thoughts and problems no longer become apparent or relevant. Nothing else matters, especially not to new art forms. Oh no, this is where I tried to swim out to sea. My bad. Wow, that's... What the... I'm about to find out. Unless you can't get downstairs.
Please remain focused in there, Restorer. I can't stress to you how much I'm relying on you to succeed. I've been let down far too many times before, and I won't stand for it again. What? Yes, I asked you half an hour ago. No, I want you to inject it now. I don't care. They have clearly stated the procedure's intention, so do as I ask. Sorry about that. I need to go and sort out an incompetent individual as per usual. I'll be back shortly.
But I'm supposed to trust you. You're just leaving me hanging. Okay. So what's the key thing I'm looking for here? I know there was that clue about the crow. But she did say it when I entered the crow's nest, so... can't necessarily say it was important. Alright, well, I guess I'll pick up here in the next video. I'm actually running out of time here, so.
10 people. A small wedding. But moving country means making a new life and new friends.
Every town has its own May Day celebration, but many people travelled from around the British Isles for the annual Pinwheel, Maypole, Morris dancing competition. Such a beautiful English tradition, and a rare thing these days.
Alright. As I was saying, I guess I will pick right back up here in the next episode. I just didn't want to interrupt their little talking thing. But I am running out of time, so. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. I've been finding it increasingly interesting outside of my incompetence at solving easy-to-solve puzzles. But hopefully that's taught me I should pay a little more attention to what I'm reading. And I will see you all in the next one.